And welcome to Crux Investor. Caught up earlier today with Stephen Biggins, MD at Core Lithium, ASX-listed lithium developer. And if you want to hear our thoughts on that conversation, the plans for next year and the company itself, you can find that at cruxinvestor.com/club. You can also find detailed company reports in there, commentary from experts from around the world on a variety of commodities and companies. There are training videos on there to help you do your own diligence. There are summaries of other interviews that we've done, and there's a community of investors in there sharing their thoughts and ideas with each other in a nice, safe environment. Imagine a place with no trolling, abuse, or negative commentary. Do go and join them at cruxinvestor.com/club. And we'd love your feedback too. So do give us a like. That helps us understand if this is the sort of company that you want us to be talking to. Leave your comments below. And if you want to see what we talked about, take a look in the description below. Stephen, how are you doing, sir?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Matthew. How are you?
Not too bad, but I think you've had a good run of it since we last spoke about 6 weeks ago. Share price up 50%, not too shabby.
Yeah, as I said, I think when we last spoke, I said the lithium price was about to rise, and it did. And lithium stocks have moved along with that. So it's been a really exciting time, and it's great to have the sun shining on us and the company.
Yeah, well, after a few quiet years, so about three or so quiet years, I think I say it's not obviously you've done well, but I think across the board, lithium companies have seen a reaction in the marketplace. And what do you put that down to?
Well, it's lithium prices increasing. That's the key fundamental. It's the thematic being proven that that EVs, electric vehicles, are going to be the way of moving people around in the future, and they're looking at the globe hitting new records of car sales for electric vehicles, China and Europe. Change of government in the US, all those things, the big Green Deal in the EU, all those things are sort of feeding into that strong thematic. And seriously, that there are very few advanced lithium projects around the globe that are construction ready, or as construction ready as Core Lithium is with its finished lithium project.
Yeah, and we've seen also a little bit of M&A activity. I mean, did you see the IGO story?
Yeah, it's a seriously big deal. It's 1.9 billion, for a percentage in lithium mine in Western Australia. And I think it's a sign that the bigger miners, they need to be participating in the ESG thing, and that they need to be playing seriously in the clean energy metal sector. And there aren't that many high quality entry points into advanced lithium projects around the globe, and particularly into Australia.
So we're talking about Greenbushes there, obviously. I think most people who are into lithium have heard of Greenbushes. What's that mean for Australian lithium generally, do you think?
Well, I think it's a strong indicator of the appetite from both investors, so financial investors, but also strategic interests in the lithium sector. That it's not just investors that want to participate. The big miners need to participate in the sector, and from our perspective, we've been continuing to invest in our Finniss lithium project over the last 5 years to bring it to a point where it's near construction ready, a binding offtake, fully approved project from the government, and mining and engineering studies completed a definitive feasibility study. So we're ready to go when the market needs us.
Okay, well, let's talk about you. That's what we're here to talk about today. But again, just for people new to lithium, because I think more and more generalists coming into this space, just remind people of your story with a 1 minute overview, and then we'll talk about some things that happened since we spoke last.
Yeah. So Core Lithium is developing the Finniss lithium project near Darwin in the Northern Territory. It's one of Australia's most capital efficient project. So $85 million Australian startup capex to produce something like $160 million worth of revenue from producing 175,000 tonnes of high-quality spodumene. It's not only one of the most capital-efficient projects, it's got the best logistics chain to markets in Asia. The project's only located 25 kilometres away from port and from the infrastructure of the capital city of Darwin.
Okay, now obviously I'm going to refer people to the link below, which is our last interview from about 6 weeks ago. We talk about the business plan, the strategy, all of the moving parts, and the partners that you've got in place in terms of offtake, etc. So we don't need to go over that. But what have you been doing since we last spoke?
Yeah, so we've been drilling. We've been doing resource drilling on the project. We've had 3 rigs active over the last couple of months. We should be finishing up those programs successfully over the next few weeks, at the end of 2020. So we'll have resource drilling results to come out shortly after that, and a resource upgrade which will feed into our objective to update the feasibility study for the project early in the first half of next year.
Right, so you will be putting that information out in what, January?
There'll be the results January, resource announcement shortly after that, and then I would expect that our feasibility study will come out in due course, with the objective that we're then using that as a launch pad to target project FID, so the final investment decision for the project is the middle.
Right, and again, we talked about that previously, so I don't want to go over old ground here. I do want to talk about something, though, which I perhaps was a bit dismissive of last time because I thought it was a distraction, which is your gold project. What's been happening there?
Yeah, it's pretty exciting stuff. We've been sort of flagging to the market that we, as a group of geologists and technical people, we really believe there was a substantial gold system at play. We delivered some pretty exciting early stage results, but I think the results that we released today from the Bino Gold Project are really substantial, and it's the best results to date to show that we've actually got a really large gold system at play. The guys have found something like 80 gold nuggets, so that's 80 gold nuggets over about 1.5 kilometres of strike length. Gold vein system. Gold and quartz vein system that's 150 metres wide. And with the resource drilling just finishing up on the lithium, I mean, this gold target's only about 3 or 4 kilometres away from our main lithium project. So it's 10 minutes drive, really. So the resource drilling is just about to finish up. We'll put some holes into this gold prospect between now and Christmas, and I'm expecting some pretty exciting results for our shareholders.
So what are you going to do? I mean, you're starting to build a picture there on the gold side. And we talked before, was it distraction, how much time, money, and effort you're spending on it? But seeing what you're seeing, are you going to divert any more cash towards it?
Well, I think it's certainly got upside for our shareholders. We're very much focused on delivering the Finniss lithium project. We've been dedicated as a company towards that for the last 5 years. We're not going to stop that. But we have something that's as obvious and as close to that where it's 10 minutes drive away for our geologists to actually do some work on the side, if you like. We'll add that value because we think it's some really exciting upside for our shareholders.
But you haven't really, I mean, I know it's only been 6 weeks, but, again, the information's significantly more than we talked about last time. Do you look to monetize it? Do you bring in a JV partner? Because it's so close, you've got the skill sets to crack on yourselves. I mean, what's happening?
Well, let's just see what those drill results come up with, Matthew, and then we'll decide where we're going. As I said, could be an exciting ride for shareholders.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. Okay, so right, you're not going to give any more clues away there, but you're obviously delighted with how that's going. Talk to me about the Finniss project in the context of timing for next year. Remind me, what are the big moments we're looking for again?
Yeah, so I've got drill results coming out in January. A resource upgrade shortly after that. I would suggest that we're looking to target the release of the updated feasibility study towards the end of the first quarter, and really that's about preparing the project and the company to be targeting a final investment decision around the middle of 2021.
Okay, fine. And then obviously the old financing conundrum, which again, you'll be able to solve once you've got the feasibility study out, I suspect.
Yeah, well, I mean, on that, markets are open, markets are on. Access to equity capital is there. You've seen, equity markets raise hundreds of millions of dollars for lithium stocks, even in the last recent few weeks. So, that's a real enthusiasm, if you like, for investors, both retail and institutional, and strategic. Now we're saying from the mining industry to get into the lithium sector whilst they can.
Okay, and just a little one, a technical one here, in the sense that we noticed an ASX price query announcement. What was going on there? Anything untoward?
Well, share price is going up. It's going up aggressively. The company's share price is moving up on really high volumes as the investment markets recognise that there are very few high quality lithium plays to get exposed to, and Core Lithium is one of those. So that was our sort of response back to the ASX, is that there's a lot of interest in lithium stocks, and particularly in Core, because we're the most advanced new lithium project in Australia.
Okay. Well, we just wanted to catch up. It's a sort of end of year roundup in a way, and looking forward to next year. And obviously, we'd seen what happened with the share price, and we thought there must be something going on there. So I appreciate you taking the call. We look forward to speaking to you in the new year, when probably in Q1 at some point. It sounds like there's going to be a lot more news.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. It's been an exciting year. There's a lot of news for Core to come in the future. A lot of interesting results, and I think 2021 is going to be a very big year. Thank you.